So guys, sorry about yesterday. Today I will finally be showing the puzzle that looks a lot like the Celtic Cube, and it is called the Celtic Fraud. So this is the Celtic Cube that I showed yesterday, and it was made by Aton Scher, I'm repeating myself, who made it a few years back. Now the reason why I wanted to show you this is because my new puzzle is extremely similar. Now except there are a few differences, so let's start with that. The corner is bigger here and this one is smaller. The center is smaller here, but it's bigger on that side. So what's the difference exactly? Well, when you look on the sides, here the face turn is actually here, and it's the axis is about here. So it's about 20 degrees, I think. I'm not sure about this value. But on this side, the axis is actually making the cut shallower, and that's because the axis is only about 10 or 13 degrees in that direction. So basically what this is two puzzles with completely different geometries. This one is based off, as I said yesterday, a deltoidal icosahedron. And this one, well, it's completely different. It's actually based off two puzzles. It's based off the geometry of the triachus tetrahedron. And the thing is, if you take a triachus tetrahedron, it's going to be three faces like that, like those, you know, around one corner, so, sorry, that one, the white one, and the green one. And it's going to be those three faces that are going to turn on these four corners here, because that's how a tetrahedron is inscribed in a cube. And the thing is, I took one here and one there. I turned it 45 degrees. So this is basically based off a dual triachus tetrahedron and not a deltoidal icosahedron. Okay, let's stop with the technical details because that's maybe too specific. Anyways, I'm going to show you the differences in rotations. So here, I told you that, for example, this set of pieces could be switched with that one, like this. And then you could turn it like that. Sorry, a bit of a lockup. And the thing is, on the other one, that is not possible. Let's see. If I want to take that set of pieces, replace it with this one, this is going to happen. You align the two, and you can't turn it because, well, it's not aligned on that side. So what's the type of rotation you can get on that one? So let's see. Let's try something else. Here, you've got these three small pieces that you can switch with these three small pieces, like that. Sorry, a bit of a lockup again. Alright, perfect. And on the other one, the Celtic Fraud, you can't do that because these three pieces are actually way smaller than the larger one. So if it's aligned right here, it doesn't necessarily mean it's aligned right there. Now, let's see. Basically, this one, you can switch these parts with these parts, these little sets of three pieces with these ones. On this one, what you can do is actually switch these big parts with these big parts, just like on that one. So here, if I want to do this, sorry, I'm trying to see what I'm doing on the camera. I can do this. Now, if I want to do this on the other one, I can do the same. Okay, so that's the only turn they have in common. Well, apart from the fact that if you take this and that, they're also symmetrical, and you can switch one with the other and get a turn, which you can also get on the second one by doing this. For example, here, take this, bring it all the way here, and you can turn it. So, same type of jumble. But the difference is that on this one, the turn that you can actually get is not switching this part, this set of large, you know, this set of 5 pieces, replace it with that set of 7 pieces, as I showed yesterday. On this one, you can actually take that set of 5 pieces and replace it with the small set of 3 pieces. Now that's the difference between the two. This one can only take these 3 small parts and move them away. This one can actually take all of those 5 parts. So it's a completely different type of turning, even though some turns are actually very similar, like replacing this part with this part, or this part with this part, and on that side, replacing this by that, or this by that. So yeah, very similar puzzles, but completely different when it comes to turning and jumbling and everything. So let me show you how to scramble that one, because I showed the other one yesterday. Now I'm going to show you this one. So here, these three parts there, these three sets right there can be interchanged, but these large parts can also, these large, sets of pieces can also be permuted, sorry, having some difficulty with the English language for some reason today. So yeah, you can permute these large parts with these ones. That's not a problem. Although I'm not even sure you can scramble anything with that because it's completely bandaged for some reason. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't move anything anymore. So that's not an actual jumbling move since you can't really scramble it that way. Anyways, let's just keep to the possible turns. That one, for example. That one. Sorry about that. Then I could, I don't know, like switch these parts here with those right there. With that puzzle, you can mainly do 3 cycles. The rest is complicated. On the other one, there's much more complex scrambling. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's actually quite difficult because I knew the other geometry. I don't know that one yet, not well at least. So it's still complicated to understand, but it is very scramblable, so that's not a problem. Just gonna reverse what I just did. I'm not even sure I'm capable of doing that. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a lockup. Alright, so what was I doing? God damn it. This is actually very complicated. Wait, what did I do here? I am completely lost. Okay, I know what I did. So yeah, not the easiest puzzle, but neither is the Celtic Cube. But the reason why I made this is because I thought it was so cool that 2 puzzles can be so similar, yet completely different. I mean, the 2 puzzles look alike almost. I mean, they have the exact same type of cuts, right? Except they turn completely differently. Like they don't even have the same types of turns. You can't scramble them the same way. It's really complex. And even though both puzzles have actually quite simple geometries and simple mechanisms, they are actually completely different. They are very difficult to move around. They're they jumble and everything. And yet, 2 completely different puzzles that are both, really hard to scramble and solve and everything can be so similar. I mean, this is something that I truly enjoy. This is why I make puzzles. It's to find things that make you go like, wow, this actually works. This can actually be solved and everything. And I think this is the perfect example of why I went into puzzle building, because when I made this, I was like, how can this be so similar yet so different? So yeah. This is the Celtic Cube by Aton Share, and this is my Celtic Fraud. I hope you guys like both of them. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the introduction of this video, I was actually holding the Celtic Fraud and not the Celtic Cube. If you did notice, let me know, because that's pretty cool. Anyhow, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to subscribe as always and like my social networks, and I will be seeing you next weekend.